Hello and welcome to Salary Voodoo for UFC 278. This week's pay-per-view, guys, headlined by the two gentlemen you see right over my shoulders, Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. We have some fantastic fights going on this week. Absolute fantastic fights. This is a banger of a pay-per-view. Guys, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe below, and hit the bell as well. Excuse me, you'll never miss any content coming from me, Weezy, Brady, or Lou as we break down every single UFC card. You'll see content several times a day, several days a week before each and every Saturday card. So be sure to do that and you will not miss a thing. You watch all of our stuff religiously as you should be. You will be winning bets easily. You'll be taking down all these tournaments and giving every one of your friends a run for their money. So be sure to do that. What else, guys? This is Salary Voodoo. What is Salary Voodoo? Well, it is a different way of looking at GPP lineup construction where I take statistics of how salaries have performed in the past and bring them to you broken down in an easy graphical way to understand. Just stick around with me for 15 minutes or so and you will see exactly what I mean. Once you watch one, you will be addicted. It's like, what is that, Pringles? Once you pop, you can't stop, baby. So you got to rhyme when you come up with a slogan, and Pringles did it well. And I will steal it for this week's episode, guys. Once you pop on Salary Voodoo, you can't stop. Salary Doodoo? Yeah, I got to work on that. So be sure to check it out, and you will figure it out just like we all did. Very, very slowly, but we are getting some good statistics here. Also, guys, before we get into it, I need you to comment below. You've been killing it in the comments. Comment on who you want to see. I think we have a week off. So in 2 weeks' time, who do you want to see me break down from a Salary Voodoo perspective? We don't know the salaries yet. That is the fun of the game. The other fun of the game is that you guys and girls are the ones picking the fights. So just list off a fight you want to see. And once those salaries come out, we will break it down from a Salary Voodoo point of view. It makes it so much fun, gets the community involved, which I absolutely love. And it's not fun for me to pick the fights and go over it week after week. So I absolutely love what you guys are doing. Keep it up. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the first fight for Salary Voodoo UFC 278. We have got our guy Tommy Touchy that submitted Aoriqileng. Aoriqileng. Did I do that right, Tommy? Going against Jay Perrin. Aoriqileng, $8,500. Jay Perrin, $7,700. This is a magical fight to target. We have a bunch of mid-range options this week, guys. You submitted your fights without knowing the salaries. Well, we have a bunch of mid-range options for you. So we will take care of that mid-range for GPPs this week. This one's going to be at bantamweight, 135 pounds. Bantamweight fights only make the optimal at a 48.48% rate. Not great there, but fight number 2 makes up for that. Someone from the second fight of the night makes optimal 53.52% of the time, and the salary pair of 8,500 and 7,100 makes it 64.71%. I think that is the best possible salary pair on the board, and it's not even close. The 8,500 has been used 68 times, guys. Actually, both salaries have been used 68 times since January 1st of 2021. 8,500 has made it 18 times for a percentage of 26.47. Anything over 25% is great. Anything over 30 is fantastic. We are over that 25% mark. The $7,700 salary has made it 26 times. That is more than any other salary on the board, guys. A 38.24% optimal rate. That is insanely good. It's also has the better win rate than its competitor. 51.47% win rate for the $7,700 salary, as the 8,500 only gets 48.5%. When it wins, guys, the 8,500 makes optimal 54.5% of the time, while the $7,700 salary makes it 71.5% of the time. Average DraftKings points per win of over 97 for both of these salaries. This fight is fantastic, especially the $7,700 salary. But that $8,500 should not be slept on either. What are we going to do, guys? What's the voodoo going to be for this fight? Are we going to have good voodoo on this one? Are we going to have bad voodoo on this one? We got the good voodoo. If you see Bernie's face, you know we have our good, fun voodoo times coming. Get this fight in your optimal lineup. If it's bad voodoo, you don't want to put it in. This one is good voodoo. Get it in your optimal lineup. The $8,500 salary scores 11th best salary score, 7.67 out of all salaries, 11th best. Meanwhile, the $7,700 dog salary, second best overall, 5.96 salary score, made optimal more times than any other salary. Get it in your lineup. Get it in your lineup. Second fight of the night. We've got Wendy Willis, picked by Wendy Willis. I was going to say she's fighting. I don't think so, but thank you, Wendy Willis, for giving us this fight. We don't know a ton about these guys. Only one fight in the UFC for each of them. AJ Fletcher at $8,400 going against Andre Loosa, $7,800. This welterweight fight, someone makes it 45.63% of the time. The fourth fight of the night, 56.34%. That is a great number. And the salary pair of $8,400 and $7,800 makes optimal 57% of the time, guys. Fantastic. The $8,400 salary has been used 64 times, made optimal 15 of those times, 23.44%. That is a pretty good number. Not quite 25, but not terrible. Has an overall win percentage of just 46.88. That is not a good number, especially for a favorite salary. And when it does win, just 50% optimal in wins. It's not less, but it's not more. So right at the average mark there, not really too great. 52.59 on average is what $8,400 scores per win. Let's jump over to the underdog salary. $7,800, been used 66 times. Has made the optimal 6 more times than its counterpart, 21 total, for again another optimal rate of over 30. 31.82%. This is fantastic. Has a win rate of 50%, better than its competition on the other side of the aisle. When it does win, guys, 10 points better than $8,400, 60.61%, scores 94.97 on average, guys. You know what it is already. This is another blessed fight. Not quite as good as the other one, Wendy Williams. I'm so sorry. Wendy Willis. I did not mean to say Wendy Williams. Wendy Willis. The $8,400 salary, 8.4 salary score, 15th best overall, so right at the average point. Meanwhile, the $7,800, another dog salary that does much better on average than its competitor. 6.79 salary score, 7th best overall. We have that good voodoo. We got Bernie again. Get some of this fight in your lineup. Guys, pair these fights with Game Theory, my video on Monkmatic's channel, which will be linked below, and you will know exactly how to play every single one of these fights. Third fight, guys. We do 3 fights here on Salary Voodoo. This is the third one. For UFC 278, hit that like button, hit the subscribe as well, and you will not miss any of it going forward. This one picked by the Green Reaper, and Zeto Miedo. Appreciate this fight. I was really hoping someone did it, and at least 2 people in the comments picked this one, so I am super glad for that. Probably my most exciting, the fight I'm most excited for on the entire card. 8,200. Merab Dvalishvili, the DraftKings darling. Go watch Game Theory on this one. Merab outscores everyone by a mile in DraftKings on average. Going against Jose Aldo, $8,000, guys. Bantamweights, again, a very low percentage, 48.48% of the time a bantamweight fight happens. It makes the optimal at that rate. But the 11th fight of the night more than makes up for that, 57.89%. The salary pair of 82 and 8,000, 55.74% of the time they are paired together. One of them makes optimal. These are fantastic, fantastic numbers. Both salaries have been used 63 times. 8,200, again, we're seeing a pattern here with these mid-range dog salaries that are outperforming their favorite counterparts on the other side of the aisle. And here is yet another one. 63 times for 8,200. It's made the optimal just 15 times, 23.81%. This is not very good. Plus it has that low under 50% win rate. Again, these favorite salaries just underperforming what you think, how you think they should be performing. If you're paying more than you are for another salary, it should be doing better, right? Well, this is the third one in a row in this mid-range where it is underperforming. 46% win rate. When it does win, only 51.72%. So we are over 50%, but nowhere near some of the competitors in this area. I mean, some of these salaries are well above 50, well above 55%. We are just chilling right around 51. Meanwhile, Jose Aldo, at $8,800. Again, has been used 63 times, but has made optimal 4 more times than its $8,200 counterpart for an optimal rate of another dog salary over 30%, 30.16% optimal rate. When it does win, it has a 50.79, almost 51% win rate for a dog salary. When it does win, almost 60%, 59.38% optimal. These numbers, again, are fantastic for the dog salary. Both salaries here averaging right around 94 points per win. Guys, what are we thinking here? This one is a bit closer than the other two, but the $8,000 salary is carrying this one. We got some good voodoo here. The $8,200 salary is one salary spot better than our previous salary, I believe, of $8,400. 14th best, 8.31 salary score. Meanwhile, again, mid-range dog salary coming through in the clutch. $8,000, 6.97, a top 10 salary. 9th best salary overall. We got that good voodoo again. Third fight in a row. Thank you, Green Reaper. Thank you, Zeto Mieto, for picking this fight. Please watch Game Theory on this fight and check out Marab's offensive stats and his defensive stats. They are incredible. But we have that good voodoo here on Salary Voodoo. We got Bernie. And guys, that is wait a minute. The last week before a break, it is a UFC pay-per-view, and we have a bonus fight here. That's right, your boy Monk bringing you a bonus fight. We usually only break down 3 fights here on Salary Voodoo on the MMA Engine channel, but since you guys are all liking and subscribing to the channel so well, I'm going to bring you a bonus fight for UFC 278 Salary Voodoo, and here it is. Picked by Dan Goldstein, we got our co-main event of the evening. Paulo Costa going against Luke Rockhold. I mean, Luke hasn't fought in so long. His picture is slowly degrading. It is the least pixelated picture I could find on the internet of Luke Rockhold. Apparently, he hasn't fought since HD cameras were invented. So that's what we're dealing with here. And honestly, guys, we've got a battle for the most handsome man at the middleweight division. Let's go. Thank you, Dan Goldstein. 8,700 Paulo Costa, 7,500 Luke Rockhold for the bonus fight on Salary Voodoo, because I love each and every one of you so much. I have to go the extra mile for this UFC pay-per-view. Middleweights, 185, making optimal just 49.5% of the time. But the 12th fight of the night, even worse, guys. 47.73% of the time 12 fights happen, someone makes the optimal lineup. That is not a good number. And the salary pair not coming through either. 48.5% of the time, $8,700 and $7,500 fight, someone makes the optimum. We are under 50% in all 3 of our starting categories. This is bad news. Now, 8,700 has been used 65 times, and it's made optimal an astounding 22 times. That is the second best number overall. 8,700. This is a 33.85% optimal rate, one of the best numbers we've seen so far. And it has a win rate, astounding win rate of 72.31%. When it does win, 46.81% optimal. These are fantastic numbers, scoring 95.5 points per win. I mean, we might as well just give this one a Bernie right frickin' now. But guys, there are 2 sides to every coin. There are 2 sides to Rockhold's perfectly symmetrical face. So we are going to have to check both sides here. The $7,500 salary, let's put a magnifying glass on that one. It has been used 67 times. It only made optimal 10 of those 67 times for a percentage of 14.93. This is the 3rd lowest optimal percentage out of all salaries, guys. 14.93% optimal. It has a win rate of just 28.36%. It's one shining, stat here. When it does win, it is over 50% optimal, but this is the lowest number. 7,600 is a 70% optimal rate at this category. We are at 52.63%, one of the worst numbers in this range, only scoring 94 points per win. Guys, the Paulo Costa side of $8,700 is fantastic, but the Luke Rockhold side is dragging it down so much. And this is a close one, but I'm going to have to give it a frozen jack rating. I'm so sorry, Dan Goldstein. The salary score of Paulo Costa is the 5th best overall. 6.47 salary score, 5th best. Amazing salary score. but the 25th best salary score of Luke Rockhold, 7,500, is dragging this one down into frozen jack territory, 12.13. Guys, my only advice for you, please, I know I've said it a few times, but watch my game theory video on this fight. I'll just give you a spoiler alert. I think Paulo Costa finishes Luke Rockhold very early, and I think he does end up making the optimal, but this is a salary voodoo. Like I said, it takes two to tango, and both combined are dragging it down into that frozen jack category. So, I mean, they can't all be Bernies. There have to be some jacks, or we don't have any Bernies. Am I right? There has to be, without good, there can be, without evil, there can be no good. Without frozen jack, there can be no Bernie. So, guys, that's going to do it for UFC 278. Let's get the recap before we get out of here. We've got a Bernie on Aoriqileng and Jay Perrin. We've got a Bernie on AJ Fletcher and Loosa. We've got a third Bernie on Dvalishvili and Jose Aldo, and our one lone frozen jack to balance out the scales, Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold in our bonus fight. So, guys, that is going to do it for Salary Voodoo. We got a bonus fight in there this week. All 4 fights broken down from a Salary Voodoo perspective. Thank you so much for commenting. I couldn't leave anybody out this week. Had to get them all in. So thanks for commenting. Be sure to comment again of who you want to see at the next UFC card. We do have a week off, I believe, after this UFC 278. So look ahead, see what you got, and leave a comment below. Thank you guys for checking this out early. Share it with your friends that you maybe play in different tournaments then, and just share it with anybody. Let's get our likes up, get our subs up, and subscribe to the Monkmatician channel while you're at it. I am on the road to 400 subs. The link for game theory, my fight breakdown of all 13 fights rather, for UFC 278, which is live now. The link for the description is below, so click that, check out that video, give it a like, give me a subscribe as well while you're over there. You will be on the road to getting those takedowns, winning those wagers, and winning those pick battles with your friends. So, guys, check out everything else we have on the MMA Engine channel. Like I said, me, Weezy, Brady, Lou, you can't go wrong. We're steering you in the right direction. A lot of these other guys handle the wagering. Some of them handle the DFS. I'm mainly a DFS guy, but CM Monk, if you know about him, is making some moves over on the wagering side as well. So check all that out. That's all I got. I'm going to finish babbling. As usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you next time.